If you haven't heard about meme coins yet, then you're missing out on one of the most exciting trends in crypto right now. The meme coin market is booming. It's literally exploding and is turning the smallest investments into enormous returns practically overnight. So even if you're new to crypto, this is probably a market sector that you want to pay attention to. Because if you're not getting exposure into meme coins, then you're very likely going to miss out on one of the biggest opportunities in crypto to actually make life-changing gains. So stick around because I'm going to break it all down to you and share which are some of the top performing meme coins and why. All right, without further ado, please like and subscribe and let us get started. All right, so first off, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin USDT chart, because it shows us how the market's doing. And if you noticed or didn't know, I'm here to tell you, Bitcoin has been pumping. Yesterday, we hit around 66,000, and today we've corrected a little bit, but all in all, we've broken through the 62, 63 sort of range we were stuck in, and now we're at 65,000. So this is very bullish, very exciting. I'm very excited about it personally. Though we all know why. It's just projected, it's historical, the patterns, everything, global mass adoption, it all points to this. So another piece of super bullish news, which of course just makes sense considering it was a really good day for Bitcoin the last 2 days, depending on when you see this. We would also see that the major institutional funds of the world, they all invested into Bitcoin's ETFs. And so this is very, very exciting and very bullish. So it just is one more reason to be excited and to feel like the market is finally turning. We have Larry Fink from BlackRock, the CEO, saying, this is what he has to say regarding Bitcoin. He says, Bitcoin and digital assets are gaining recognition. They are seen as an asset class similar to gold. Later, we're going to go into a chart showing Bitcoin's relationship to gold. Its growth is driven by liquidity, transparency for once, thank you, and analytics. Its market expansion is expected because it's programmed money. There's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoins, so we know with time, it's only going to go up in value. So it's similar to an $11 trillion mortgage market, and its global adoption of blockchain is accelerating, which we know. I follow Bitcoin's global adoption on the daily. There's actually a really awesome channel called The Modern Investor that just purely talks about, which company, which country, like who's adopting Bitcoin now. I'd encourage you to go check them out. Next, if we take a look at this chart, this is another reason, right? It's for you to believe and know that the market is going up and that this third phase, the parabolic phase that everyone actually refers to as the bull run, is very much so. We're on the cusp of it. It's happening. It may be happening in slow motion. It may look different than past bull runs, as we'll look into right now, but it's happening. It's happening in real time, like you're living history. So if we take a look at these 4 charts, these are the last 4 bull runs. And we are currently up here on the right. And as we will read here, it says the last 3 times Bitcoin broke above the 200-day moving average, which is this red line that you see, we saw parabolic bull runs. Now BTC, or Bitcoin, is attempting to break through this hurdle once again. So you would see the dates. So on the bottom would be 2016 going into 2018. Right up here, we are at the top chart is where we are now. And basically, if you see market activity going above the red line, then you know we're breaking out. And as you can see, we've been already breaking out. Can you see where my mouse is? We've been breaking above the red line. And this is the indicator that everyone is looking at. And this is what tells us the market is about to break out. So it's very, very exciting. Next, let's zoom in on this chart. But it's as Mr. Neste says here, he says, always remember, when Bitcoin starts catching up it does so in full force, outperforming by a big margin and leaving all other assets behind again. So at the very bottom, we have global liquidity, right? And we can see that for the most part, you see that line. We've been trending kind of down and we finally broke through. And as we read a moment ago, Bitcoin performs well, according to Larry Fink and data, when there's high global liquidity or more liquidity, because it's more money or value that people now feel they can put into higher risk assets like Bitcoin is still considered. And then if we run down this list, I hope you can see, but if you cannot, or if you're just tuning in and listening, welcome. At the very top of this chart, we have the S&P 500. Below that, the Dow Jones. Below that, we have gold. And then below that, on the very bottom, in orange, we have Bitcoin. And we can see how they all have a certain trajectory curve, drawn below them. And we can see that Bitcoin's trajectory is projected to pivot and just go straight up, right? And that's what this tweet says. It basically says, like, hang on, global liquidity, as we can see down here below, is breaking out. And we know Bitcoin reacts positively to this. And we know there are so many other factors happening on a global scale that all add up logically, mathematically, to Bitcoin skyrocketing. So that said, we know that Bitcoin is going to rally. That's its trajectory. So that's quite amazing. Next, this chart is very interesting, and I just wanted to show it and share it with you as we prepare to go into today's topic on meme coins, because it shows you, as you can see in the colors here on the left-hand side, the average rate of return, or ROI, year to date for all the major categories and classes in crypto. So we have Bitcoin at the top, followed by Ethereum, then Solana, and then we go into the layer ones, then we go into the modular tokens, then we go into the DeFi, or decentralized finance tokens on Ethereum, then the DeFi tokens on Solana, Cosmos, AI, and DePIN, right, or decentralized, basically AI infrastructure, and then at the very bottom we have meme coins. And just to summarize it all for you, just to paint a picture and contextualize today's video for you, is you will see that the highest performing categories are Bitcoin, Solana. Well, the first one, let me just say, is meme coins at the very bottom, which year to date, the top ones, which are Doge, Shiba, Pepe, with Floki, and Bonk, they have performed 425.40%. Let's let that number sink in for a second. 425.4. That's enormous. They've outdone Bitcoin, which is at 50, Solana at 52, Ethereum 14.6, and then we have all the AI and DePIN tokens and projects at 35. So the top four performing categories are basically meme coins, AI and DePIN, Bitcoin, and Solana, with Ethereum slightly behind at 14.46%. So what does this tell you? Just start to process and think about it. And here we have Miles. He's pretty awesome. I got to meet him for the first time at Token 2049 in Singapore, crypto influencer, but I'd say more of a thought leader. He says, this cycle, if you're serious about making money, you're basically being forced to long, right? Or bet on, and literally long, like put your money on them doing very well. You're basically being forced to long memes and verses, right? In place of other altcoins. And then this last phrase he says here, I feel is so pivotal and key. And even for myself, as I was preparing for this show, because he says, don't trade based on what you want. Trade on what you see, on the numbers, on the returns, on trends. Like, bet on that. Like, that's where you put your money. You can save your emotions for things that are not going to cost you your your house or your future's financial security. He says, and what I see is clear meme outperformance. This is just true. Because one of the meme coins I'm going to share with you today, just as a pause, is not a token. It's not a meme coin I'm the most bullish on for personal reasons. and IP reasons as a creator, but it's just, there's actually a few of them, like even Church of the Smoking Chicken Fish, you know, like that's a little offensive to me to call it a church on a personal note, but yeah, it's a whole topic, huh? Comes down to what's performing the best, right? Keeping in mind that meme coins are a joke. They're not to be made, they're not real or serious. But we'll get into that in a second. That said, here we have some more, how would I say it, validation on digitalization, digital assets, digital money, and the movement we see amongst millennials and Gen Zs, because we know this is the future. If you're watching this, you're probably a millennial, and if you're more mature, then that's even more wonderful because it means you're very progressive and keeping up with the times, which I think is essential to keeping up in life in general. But this is what Cointelegraph has to say from Bank of America. It says, a Bank of America survey reveals that 62% of millennials prefer crypto, as 84 trillion is set to transfer from older generations to millennials and Gen Zs, right? And what do you think they're going to do with this inherited money? Because that's basically what it's talking about. They're probably going to put it into digital assets because we're digitally native generations. We've grown up with the internet. It's very normal to us. And so it just makes sense. Crypto just makes sense to younger generations. And that's the future. Next, we have this from Ansem. He says, people bearish meme coins long-term are not realizing that Zoomers or Gen Zs who spend 90% of their time online, they are digital, have discovered a new internet minigame. The task is make your favorite meme go as viral as possible. And the prize is you'll make $1 million, or you'll make millions of dollars. This trend will only accelerate. And I couldn't agree more. I share this on my account as well if you want to go check it out. And I couldn't agree more, right? Gen Zs are a digital generation, and this is how they think. And then he goes on to say, if you look at the TAM of Zoomers or users on popular social medias like Instagram, TikTok, and X, where memes proliferate or multiply, there's just a lot more people in aggregate by numbers versus the amount of people who are interested in purely financial applications. So basically what he means here is that if we take into account everyone across all social media platforms that are Gen Zs or millennials even, most of them they're not devs, they're not developers, they're not highly technical people who are going to go read white papers and want to understand the ins and the outs of blockchains and how they work and parallelization and all these complex tech languages. Most of them are what we call in crypto, we call them retail or normal people, right? And for these people, for the majority of everyone, actually, they prefer what they can understand simply. They don't want to have to go deep into the tech to be able to invest. And if we just look at it purely from that standpoint, then we would see, as he goes on to say, that, right, he says that meme coins will continue to be popular because memes in general are popular on the internet and super easy for anyone to understand without them needing to know anything about crypto. That's exactly what I just said, right? It's easier. And here we're going to hear it from Murad himself. This was a huge sensation within the crypto world because he gave this huge speech. You can Google him, Murad, as you can see up here at the top of my screen. And Google Murad token 2049, and you can see his whole speech, or just follow him on Twitter and you can go listen to it yourself. It's very short and it's to the point. And he explains in 20 some minutes what is up in the crypto space, where money's flowing. It's all stats and data and charts and numbers. So it's not speculative. It's literally just the numbers synthesized into a summary on what's going on in the crypto space in big picture. Where is the money moving? Why? what does it take to what does it take to make a meme coin viral, and why so many altcoins or alternative coins don't even need a coin, really. At the end of the day, they have tech. That's great. They don't have to have a coin. It really comes down to community. Anyway, I will let him explain here quickly why meme coins will outperform everything in 2025.
Heard of stories of people becoming rich this year? I'm sure you have, right? But statistically, the majority of them, at least for me, I know 3 or 4 people that have done this with Pepe. I know 3 or 4 people that have done this with WIF. And I know 3 or 4 people that have done this with like a couple of smaller meme coins like Giga, Bonk, as well as famous stories,
right.
PopCat, etc. Right? And by and large, on top of that, a lot of like the phantom screenshot, like non-scammy phantom screenshots that you do see that are real, came from memes as well, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
Already in 2024, retail, like retail college students, retail taxi drivers, whoever, like their stories of like their cousin or their friend making it, statistically, it's likely to happen from memes, right? Which means that when they come, when like the second wave of retail comes, when the third wave of retail comes, they're gonna try to mimic their cousin's behavior and their cousin's sector. And they're gonna be like, oh, he made money through WIF? Let me also try to make money with memes. Let me find another meme. Yeah. And so multiply this by 1 million, you get these like structural momentum effects, right? And so I think that meme coins and probably to a lesser extent AI are gonna be the big performers in 2025.
You heard it. It makes sense, huh? Makes a lot of sense. And then here we have this really, really interesting breakdown. I'm hesitant to go into it in full detail because I have so much more to share with you and I want to get into the meme coins as soon as possible. But he explains, and it's really, really important for you to understand this, but he explains pretty much the difference between VC-backed tokens, which are pretty much every token in crypto, right? They have a specific way in which they come to market. They get invested to usually by the family and friends. There's like a family and friends round. Then there's like a series A, B, and C. These are all private rounds where the token is at pennies, like cents. And they're sold to top VCs and tier 1 funds. And once they all get in and invest, then another large percentage goes to team members, which makes sense, right? You would think so anyway, and advisors. And usually these people are on longer vesting schedules. So they're not allowed and they cannot just sell them right away into the market. But they got them at a real huge discount, right? And then usually they sell a chunk to market makers. And then by the time the token comes to market through a launch pad, like Ape Terminal, for instance, usually at that point, it's so expensive. It's at such a high valuation. And usually a lot of those holding the token up until that point, they usually within either a week or 2 or right before, or sometimes even shortly after the launch pad launch, they sell, right? And they sell after everyone, all the normal people, think of your mom, think of your brother, your friends, like all like these like normal hardworking people that put in their savings, they're trying to make money, they invest into these launch pads, these IDOs, and then the price tanks. So there's a big difference between the way most tokens come to market versus a meme coins. And meme coins, and this kind of explains it in many, many words, meme coins, the minute they're minted, you have all of the tokens in circulation. And so right off the bat, there's an even playing field for all investors, for everyone. And no one has an upper hand, right? Unless it's a cabal-driven meme coin in which there's like a rich, small little group of knowledgeable crypto type investors or traders that know how to do it. They'll put their money together, they launch a meme coin, they all pump it, right? And then they dump, they rug, they pull the money out. So there are exceptions, but just from a fundamental standpoint in terms of at what price the token is released and how much goes out in circulation, meme coins they level the playing field. So they're much more fair, right? And so this article goes into it in great length and explains the difference. So we can let's just read the last part as it says here, right? So it says, meme coins are fair launches, 100% at the token generation event, the TGE. But does everyone get a fair shot at a hyped meme? Not at all. Meme launches are dominated by snipers. They grab the cheap tokens and you become their exit liquidity. Then the community forms, charts rise, influencers buy large portions of the supply from the open market. The game is the same for everyone, but the conviction isn't. You might exit at a 2x, but the influencer holds at 10x, then builds a narrative to back their position. They're often joined by VCs running shady covert plays. So this is what I was talking about, like the cabals. The goal is to get retail so invested in the narrative that they stop thinking about profits. That's when liquidity is quietly drained from decentralized exchanges. Big players take their profits and retail is left wondering what happened. At this point, you realize meme coins aren't all that different from VC coins, right? So what is fairer or more fair of meme coin launches is that all the tokens are released at once at one price. So in a way, everyone gets a fair chance at it. What is unfair and similar to altcoins and the way the majority of them, go to market is in the behind the scenes strategy, which can also be quite similar with meme coins. And I'm sure maybe you've seen this, experienced this, heard of it, but this can also happen where there's this organization behind how it's launched. Certain strategics are involved with their money, and because they're powerful or strategic, they're able to go whisper into different communities, hey, this token's doing good, hey, you should buy this token. Or they go and make a really great Twitter page, they hire really great graphic designers, and they're able to create an illusion. They get a bunch of bots to fake a community. They give this huge illusion of it being great. Everyone comes in with their money. They pump it up to a 10x. That's what they're talking about here sometimes. They pump it to a price they're all happy with, and then they all take their money out, and then they just leave the poor innocent people that were drawn to this hyped meme coin in hopes of it being the next Shiba or Doge, and then they pull all their money out, and then they just leave all these people hanging, right? So the same thing can happen in meme coins and has happened already. You may have seen this, but this is how he summarizes this. He says, the strategy is you play both, but you don't marry either, right? He says retail, or the normal people, they love trends, and memes are trendy. Trade them if you want, but do it on your own terms, not because an influencer told you. Don't entirely discard VC coins either, or all the other coins. The narrative can shift fast, and your capital could be stuck in memes while VC-backed coins rise. So this is where we get into the barbell strategy that we'll get into tabs here, or a few more pieces of content. But basically, you want to have an even distribution like a barbell with high-risk plays, right, like your meme coins, and then your for sure bets, right? Your long-term plays like Bitcoin, like Solana, like Chainlink, ones that you know are real, they're going to perform. So you want to have a balanced approach. Okay, and then he wraps it up by saying the key is to stay aware, play both sides, but don't get emotionally attached to any coin. Most of them will eventually go to zero, especially by the end of this bull run. Be ready to exit when the time is right. And that's what he was talking about earlier, right? Everyone has a different exit point. Don't get sucked into your friend's strategy or some millionaire's strategy that you read about on Twitter, because you have your own finances, your own life, your own debt, your own goals and your own dreams and responsibilities. So if taking profit when it goes, your investment, say $100 or $200 goes to $5,000, 5K or 10K or whatever, take some profits, like pay yourself. Take profits, take care of yourself, take care of your life, because otherwise you'll be left with nothing at the end of the bull run, because it's going to go skyrocket and then it's going to go down. And how far down it goes, we don't know. I think crypto is pretty much here to stay forever, because Bitcoin has reached such a massive, such mass global adoption. But nevertheless, there will be a correction. And so you want to make sure that you walk away with some money. And that's what he wraps it up saying. He says, be ready to exit when the time is right, before regret sets in, wishing you had taken profits when you had the chance. So if you're listening to me now, take this as a sign and make a mental note. Do not forget, write it on top of your desk, do whatever you have to do to remind yourself to pay yourself. And follow my channel closely, because I will be telling you how the market's doing, and I will let you know when I'm starting to pay myself. And it's not financial advice, but it'll just be a little reminder on maybe you want to start paying yourself too. And not all of it, right? Or you'll tank things. You want to pay yourself in little bits at a time. But okay, let's keep moving. And that will be linked below. So if you want to read that in detail, just go look for the Twitter link that says hitesh.eth, and it's VC coins versus meme coins, or message me in the comments and I'll link it to you, or join my community on Telegram that's also linked below. I have a team there dedicated to help you, so let me know. Next, the beautiful thing is you can simultaneously barbell fundamental plays and meme coins together. I do it all the time. And this is what I meant with the strategy that was mentioned earlier, is you want to have a balanced approach as you go into this parabolic phase, this bull run. We know meme coins are a thing. They're here to stay. They represent culture. They're easy. They're just easy. They're easy to understand. It's funny, basically. And we're going to get into that in more detail here. But there's a certain check-off list that you should write down and have it next to you whenever you hear of a new meme coin. Just have it on a little piece of paper with you always. And if a meme coin hits all of those points, then you know that there's something there. There may be something there. But ultimately, you want to have a balanced approach. And as much as possible, grab all your gains that you make from high-risk plays, from meme coins. And I would say, I don't know, pay yourself 1/3 of that for life and things that you need in your life, and then put the rest of it into Bitcoin. Just keep rolling it. And maybe some other top crypto tokens, but always Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is gold, digital gold. And then here, this is the thesis, okay? So this is Murad. This is the same gentleman I was telling you about that I played for you a moment ago, and he has his full video on YouTube as well. But let's listen to what he has to say here.
To win, and the community is much more passionate than in any other crypto asset class. And the best crypto products don't require token, and the best crypto tokens don't require product. Meme coins are simpler than tech alts.
Boom. Did you hear that? Go listen to this video on YouTube. It's just gold. Everything he says is just so on point, so correct. And this is what he's saying there, right? Is basically every single crypto project, as you can see here, what's in green are the crypto projects that have fundamentals, they have real tech, and they're solving real problems in the world. But then the majority of its price, as you see in yellow, is driven by speculation. It's driven by the narrative. It's driven by the community. That's what this means. What does the community think? Do they think, it's awesome, it's going to pump? How do they feel when they come into your community? On the other hand, we have meme coins, right? So there's non-meme coins. That's what I just told you, altcoins. On the other side, we have meme coins. And these are just all narrative, all speculation, all funny. And they do very well, because that's it. It's only about funny and making money. That's it. And community. That's it. Super simple. But the point in general that's being made here is that even your non-memes, as you can read here on the actual tweet side of things, let me zoom out of here. It says, your non-meme coin is still a meme coin, right? It's still a coin, and it still has some sort of logo that represents the flag of this community, basically. That's it. So we're all playing this game whether we were aware of it or not. And then Murad goes on to say, Meme coins still growing on both Solana and Ethereum. We are in the early stages of the meme coin super cycle. And then here he just breaks them down, right? So it's like 30-day hodler growth, 30-day % hodler growth. So you can just see how they break down. Right now, there's this one token, SPX 6900. We're going to go into it in this video, so just hang tight. It's awesome. It's like a bet against Wall Street. And we have Giga, Pepe, PopCat, Whiff, Fwog, Sigma, Retardio. Take a look. This will be linked below, but these are ranked by performance. And then this is what you need to remember. This is what I was saying earlier. You need to have this as a little checklist, like pause the video here, write this down. How to identify a cult meme coin, because that's what a meme coin has to become in order for it to be successful. Think Whiff, think even Tooker, super funny. These are the questions, you know. Does it evoke strong emotion? Can it be part of a person's identity? Does it inspire thousands of people? Can it sustain attention for a long time? Like, can you spin it in multiple ways? Like, is this, you know, if every time you see it, it cracks you up, then you're probably onto something. Can it become a global movement? That's the next level. That's the next stop, the next level up, I think, for meme coins. But it's such a good question to ask, because if it can become a global movement, like Doge has, thanks to Elon in many ways, then it really has legs to stand for a very long time. And then here, this will show you, this chart is interesting actually. It basically just shows you how much the value goes up as a whole of the whole market cap based on how many holders hold how much. So it's very, very interesting. But what it ultimately says is that it's a good estimation of emotional resonance, I would say, per holder in each meme coin. So quite powerful. And then we have it here from Patience. He says, you know, if you're buying meme coins right now in hopes that they will hit insane Shiba, you know, 2021 40 billion valuations, if and when we get a true mania phase, you need to consider a couple of things about your meme coins. So this is part of that checklist. Is the ticker a tier 1 central exchange? Is it central exchange friendly? Is it listed, right? Is it tradable on these tier 1 central exchanges? Number 2, is the meme itself a tier 1 sex friendly? Meaning, like, is it branded is its branding in any way work or relate to the central exchange, right? So like, is the name itself friendly? 3, is the meme retail friendly, have mass mindshare? So does the meme retail or like the meme community have mass mindshare? Like, how powerful are they? How much in proportion to the general crypto market? Like, how much power do they hold, right? Why does your meme coin need all 3 of these to hit insane escape velocity? On-chain traders and the advent of things like Moonshot will propel things to extreme high, but it's only so limited. The tier 1 trifecta listing of Coinbase, Binance, and Robinhood, plus leverage and perps, are what send things to Shiba 2021 levels of 40 billion. That's where retail with a lot of buying power unloads insane TWAPS into things. Or what is that? Like time released purchasing, something like that is what it represents. So we have Pepe, PopCat, and Whiff will probably get all of these this cycle. And there will 100% be a few more. So these are not the only ones. We're definitely going to see a few more. And then this is the chart that I was referencing earlier that explains pretty much the life cycle of all meme coins and pretty much tokens in general. Is they launch, as you can see down here, new buyers come in, snipers, bots, everything, they eat it all up, right? Shoot it up to the top. Snipers and all, like the cabal or whoever was behind the meme coin, they take their money and they leave. So the price tanks. And a few dumb people, or I'm not going to call them dumb, or new people, or they just don't know, they'll buy it up because they're like, oh, it's still awesome, and they push it back up, right? Then it goes back down because everyone who knows this is a scam continues to take their money. And then at the bottom, and I don't mean scam because they're not all scams, but those that just don't know what's happening, right? They're the victims right here. And then if the project has legs and it checks off all the boxes that we just went through, that a good project needs, right? It needs to have a strong enough narrative to become like cultish, to have people incorporate it into their identity, make videos about it, etc. If it checks off all the key boxes, then this is where smart wallets come in. They come in and they buy it. And it's usually looks like sideways trending consolidation. And then usually this is where it pops off. New buyers come in and then the price will shoot. So this is more or less a healthy beginning, even considering anyone that may have intentionally come in to just rug on everybody. If the project, if the meme coin in itself is funny enough and can last the test of time and has a really loyal community and just has enough substance there, then even if all these people pull out, right, the cabal, if it checks all those boxes, then you'll have smart money come in that are going to hold. That's what this represents. These people are going to hold for the most part. That is what will send it back up, and that will allow new people to come in and everyone all together shoot it up. So this is a healthy chart, considering literally considering even the people who try to rug on you. Moving on. So ask yourself this. Can you outperform memes like Whiff, PopCat, and Fwog, who still have 100x to go? Memecoin super cycle doesn't mean buying 25K microcap coins launching on Pump Fund. So many of you are going to get hurt, is what this guy Gumshoe says. And this is such a good point to touch on. And I know this is becoming a long video, but meme coins are such a huge topic. It's really important to go through all of this with you because so many people don't have a strategy. And maybe this is you. And so they don't want to buy the more expensive meme coin. So they want to buy the cheaper one because they think, oh, maybe like the more inexpensive one is going to run up and I can get into it for cheaper. I don't know what the logic is. But mainly, I think most people just don't know. They don't know the strategy behind meme coins. And so they'll just buy in all these like small meme coins, right? And they'll just kind of spray and pray and hope that they're all going to pump. That's a big mistake. Maybe one of them you'll get lucky with and that one will shoot up. But a smarter strategy is to go through the checklist that I just gave you, is to follow key strategic people. Go follow me on Twitter. This is me, Crypto by Jess. If it will open, this is me. Go follow. It'll say I'm following. Go follow who I'm following. And these are the people, okay? These are the people. Go follow who I'm following. And then whenever you go check out a new project, go see if any of these people are following that project. You want to make sure that people who are in the know-how are following the project and everything else that I just went through. But just spraying and praying and investing into a bunch of micro caps is not the way, because you're just going to waste all that money and they're not going to do anything. You want to invest in strategic meme coins. Next, I find this very interesting. It's a meme coin super cycle race. I don't know what you can see on my screen because my face is probably blocking, but it's like they're all racing up, right? So you have like Shiba and Pepe here, and then you have Dog with Hat, and you have Bonk and PopCat. PopCat's leading the way of all the cats. So then you have Brett over here. So if you zoom out, you can see all the meme coins are racing. And right now you can see where they are in line with each other. You can see PopCat is leading the way of all the cats. Pepe, Whiff. So just to show you how the meme coins are doing right now. That said, let us segue into the meme coins that most of these I'm invested into, not all of them. PopCat, full disclosure, I sold like a dummy and I have to buy back in now. because just all the signs and all the data and everything, the narrative, everything, and the chart we just saw a moment ago, the race shows that PopCat is projected to be a winner. Cats are supposed to be a big deal this meme coin super cycle. PopCat, this chart doesn't look too good on the 24-hour chart, but you always have to zoom out. On the 7-day chart, you can see, you know, it went up, kind of went down, a little sideways. But if you look at it on the 1 month, you can see it's a very nice chart. So PopCat is the first meme coin that checks all the boxes. Let's put it that way. Checks all the boxes. And I'm not even holding PopCat, just to make this seem very, very fair to you. I'm just literally sharing information. The next one is Pepe. This is where Miles tweet earlier on, you know, don't invest into meme coins based on how you feel, do it based off of the numbers. This is where that comes into play, because I'm actually impartial to Pepe coin, not Pepe, because this Pepe stole the art, stole the IP from the original Pepe. So this is not the original one, but it doesn't matter, right? Because ultimately it's winning on in the race. You can see here of all the meme coins, it's leading the way. So this is not an emotional decision. This is its website. It just comes down to the fact that Pepe is Pepe, whether it's the original Pepe or not, doesn't matter. This is the one that has been performing the best. So I'm sharing it with you, okay? So first is PopCat, second is Pepe. Third is Dog with Hat. I do hold a decent amount, like a pretty good amount of Dog with Hat. It's one of my largest holdings. And once again, on the 24-hour chart, doesn't look too good. But on the 7-day, not bad. And on the 1 month, you'll see it's been this slow and progressive and choppy move up, which is a very good sign. So this is the fourth one that, as we have seen in the previous tweets and on the charts, is projected to do well. This is its website, dogwithcoin.org. It's literally so ridiculous. When it came out, we were just laughing all the time. It's just literally just a dog with a hat. Quite funny. Fifth would be Bonk. Bonk I also sold, so I'm gonna have to buy back into Bonk. But Bonk just hits all the boxes, right? It just does. And Bonk is has been fighting to reclaim its previous all-time high. And Bonk is a real use case meme coin. It's a really good example of how a meme coin that grows a cult-like community can pivot into having a real use case, as we'll see on its website here next. They actually turned their community into good. So they actually they're a really good example of people wanting to do good in the world, wanting to contribute to the world, being able to do that after they first build a really strong community. So it's really, really interesting. Actually, Bonk is a very interesting use case. You can go check them out. They have a lot of holders, a lot of partnerships. These are all their projects. So they rolled their funny meme coin community to BonkBot, which I've used, Bonk Swap. I think I still hold Bonk. I don't know. I definitely sold, but like maybe I still hold some because I was using. Anyway, Bonk Rewards. They have a lot of projects associated and linked and partnered with them. So that's Bonk. Next we have Brett. I love Brett. Brett takes us to my next favorite token, the original Pepe coin. But if you go watch a video by Kyle Chassé, he made a whole video. You'd have to go check out his channel. But he made a whole video on the story of Pepe coin and how Pepe, the one I showed you a moment ago, you know, how it stole the branding of them, and you know, it's the story of the creator. Beautiful. So anyway, it's part of this larger cartoon series. And Brett was, I think, like the best friend of Pepe. And very, very interesting. And you'll notice in meme coins, if you didn't already know this, every chain has its top meme coin. And Brett is the top meme coin on Base. And Base is, I think, going to become quite big. So this is the next one, is Brett. This is their website. See, Pepe's best friend on Base. Very interesting. So this is basedbrett.com. This is the next meme coin that really has legs and checks all the boxes for really skyrocketing this bull run. And next is my favorite and one of my largest holdings. Well, yeah, it's up there with one of my largest holdings, is Pepe coin. Now this is the original Pepe, guys. Okay, the other Pepe stole its branding, but whatever, we move on. This is the original. And Pepe coin is linked to Based AI, which is a beast. You have to go check them out. Their website is super rad. It's super funky, like retro. It looks like the 1990s. Like websites the way they were. So you click on it, there's a little arrow. It's so cool. See, it's connected to Based AI. You click on it. This is a whole video, which I'm gonna make for you guys. I'm going through a series of key videos I need to make for you, but I am gonna make you strictly a Based AI video, so that's coming. Okay, so Pepe coin, I think was number 7. And then finally, this is very interesting. So once again, I encourage you to go follow Murad. That's the gentleman that was in the video that I've shared with you guys multiple clips from. This is his Twitter page, but he shares this very interesting chart with you on his top picks and why. If you zoom in, you can read the logic on why, right? So SPX 6900, because it's a movement coin in the world. It's the first movement coin. And the mission is to flip the stock market. Someone asked me about this in the comments. So this is why. Next you have Mog coin. So these are his personal favorites, and I have most of them. Mog coin. So just take a look. Lock-in, I find very interesting. Yeah, this whole Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, 10 Inu, Bitcoin meme is just so ridiculous. It's like skits. There's some really funny ones here. There's some really funny ones. Anyway, these are his top picks, and you can read the reasons why. But this leads us into the next token, which is the SPX 6900. And they did have their Twitter hacked. It's just another day out in the digital wild west. But they had their Twitter hacked, but the project's still real, guys. But their Twitter, someone hacked their Twitter. So just be careful. Don't click on any staking links, right? That'll give you high rewards or whatever. Don't click on them right now. But you can go buy it if you're interested at SPX. You can search for them on Dex Screener or message below. I had a problem opening up my Dex Screener, so I couldn't share it with you. But the project's real. Once again, the Twitter got hacked, so just be careful. But SPX 6900 is the next recommended one, and the reason for that is, like as I was saying, is because it is a movement coin. Some of the up-and-coming ones are Neiro, Turboy, and BabyDoge coin. And if you can remember, just a few pages ago, I explained how some of the key things you want to look for in knowing if a meme coin really has legs to make it, if it checks all the boxes to be successful, is if it's launched by a tier 1 centralized exchange, right? Well, Binance, which is one of them, announces and launches 3 at the same time. Neiro, which I believe is like the new Doge, is it Doge or Shiba? Somebody correct me. Anyway, the original dog meme coin died, and this is the new one, Neiro. So Neiro on Ethereum. I think there's also a Neiro on Solana. Turbo, and then BabyDoge. Pretty sick. So that's a big signal. That's basically the purpose of sharing this announcement with you, is that if Binance is launching them, it's a pretty big sign. And these are their charts, and that's what you can see here. So the first chart here is Turbo, launching at a pretty high volume. And then next is BabyDoge, and then next is Neiro. And so I guess Neiro is supposed to be like the new Whiff, Turbo, the next Pepe, and BabyDoge, the next Floki. Not financial advice, I'm just sharing with you. And then here, what's interesting, let me refresh it, is let's search for them, right? Let's see, BabyDoge. BabyDoge is coming in at 81, so it's not like, at the top of the list. but it's still on the top performing, per volume, top performing token. Pretty huge. And then let's look for Neiro. And Neiro is 14. That's crazy. Neiro is doing like really well considering it's just launched on a centralized exchange. And then to validate all of this, right, on why meme coins are a thing. They're officially recognized as a new category in crypto. It's real. They're real. It's just a vote on culture, basically, community. If we go to velo.xyz/market, it's free. You can just create an account and you go to 1 week and then top gainers, you'll see that all these lines, all these charts, basically from them, okay, like the top performer is Neiro on ETH. And then we have Turbo, I think coming in 4th, and then BabyDoge coming in like number 7 or number 8. Not bad. And then this is just an announcement that Neiro made. I won't get into it too much, but basically I see this as a good sign. They dissolved themselves from their relationship with their market maker, and now they're transitioning to work with a market maker that's more aligned with them, which I'm really happy to hear, because in my experience with market makers, it's crazy. It's like the best, I think, business model in crypto in general. They pretty much manipulate and move the market and pay themselves along the way. So of course they're incentivized to make it dump, and like, you know what I mean? Like if they're going to get paid, like of course they're going to manipulate the market in their favor. I don't know. I don't think market makers are really aligned with projects, but to find one that is very aligned with you, which means like aligned with your desire to have your chart go up, I think is a good thing. So some recent news on Neiro, which I'm very happy to hear. And lastly, sauce only, well, second to last, Turbo is the first AI generated meme coin launched with a $69 budget, like $69, not even $100. It's fully decentralized and it sits on ETH. Current market cap, approximately 500 million. It has been live for 1 year, 5 months, and 6 days now. And what if there was a soul equivalent with a better narrative? Neiro, BabyDoge, Turbo, someone suggests, so funny. So we'll see. So that's Turbo for you. It's the first AI-generated meme coin with a fully decentralized, that's fully decentralized, meaning nobody controls it. It's like a program, a protocol controls it. And then Elon's over here, BabyDoge. Do, you know, like the Baby Shark song? He's like singing it here, BabyDoge. So funny. This isn't really like the Elon Musk, is it? I never know. Yeah, it's him. 201 million followers. So funny. So he's over here singing BabyDoge. Funny, guys. Well, that's a wrap. I hope you were able to follow. I hope most of it made sense. I'm sorry if I breezed over a lot of it, but there was a lot to cover, and I mainly wanted to share how meme coins are top gaining category in crypto this bull run, why you should want to invest in meme coins if you have the dispensable income to do it, how they could bring in massive, literally life-changing returns that you can then put into Bitcoin or put into, mainly Bitcoin, and then like maybe like a few other top performing like AI tokens. I made a whole video on AI tokens you can go check out. But basically meme coins level the playing field, and just one. If you just get one right and you sell when I tell you to sell, not financial advice, then you can do very well. Like you can do very, very well. So that's it for this video. I hope you gained value. Please leave questions below, and I will be back soon with another very interesting video for you. Ciao.